The angle's not right at all. Yeah, I should use the touchscreen frame more aggressively. I need to start the second timer back up. I'm not getting the flick, so I'm walking back far enough. But I need to flick over to the right. Set up the angle. That's okay. We'll get a run going here. Hopefully. For some reason, flower side is harder when I run 80%. Don't think you're far enough with the flick. Hold down and left. Like you buffer the bomb with home buffers? That's not a scrub move. Honestly, like, I would probably complete a lot more 80% runs if I home buffered the bomb as well. Are you serious, Flex? This has been like a project for, I want to say like at least a year now. That's dope though. Three years? Oh my god. I've been speedrunning this game for a long time, which I'm actually really happy about. I'm happy that I've been speedrunning this game for a long time. But also, I'm old. I'm not as happy about that. I want to turn on my fan, but I have to speedrun this video game. Like, just cool enough in the house for the air conditioner to not turn on, but just hot enough in my room for me to be really sweaty. Purgatory. It's a better situation than it was a few weeks ago, where my thermostat was stuck at 90 degrees, so the air conditioner would never turn on, because it would never get to 90 degrees inside the house. It would always get to like about 85 or 86 inside the house. Yeah. Those were a fun couple of weeks. Yo, sick. They should probably be announcing it in the nearish future. So they announced Calathon last year at TwitchCon. Or like right after TwitchCon. I got a card that said like the date of when Calathon was happening at TwitchCon. So they should hopefully be announcing it pretty soon. I'm really excited though. You're gonna force nerds to go. Good luck with that. Hopefully I'll see Jeff in the next couple weeks here, and I'll float the idea to him. Lol. Rude, Flex. Rude. Alright, I'll see you after first cycle. Oh, we're talking about Calathon for next year, Jim. It's so close to him that, like, he honestly has no excuse. I mean, other than, like, not wanting to go. I guess that's an excuse, but... Now the question is, how do we kidnap Aaron and Jemima? Yeah, that's true. Could hang out in the LA area. I would be kind of shocked if you didn't get a run into Calathon, Jim, just because you run so many things and all of them are fairly popular speed games. Yo, we'll do better next time I talk to him. I mean, yeah, OT3D was literally the graveyard shift. We tried to bring the hype as much as we could, but whew. That was a fun run though. Yeah, Nerds has a job, he's moved into a new place. Say that Nerds is doing well. Nerds doesn't just have a job either. I'm pretty sure he's doing something that he genuinely is interested in as well. Much of fondling was involved. Knowing Jim and nerds is probably Honey and Darling. Oh, is that specially saved? Is that saved for special occasions? Fair enough. What? Okay, that's fine. I don't expected a side hop there, but you know, these things happen. There are two scary parts of first cycle. One is the fairy. Actually not getting trolled by the fairy. And the other is the actual flower side escape. Everything else is pretty inconsequential. The logs. There are three really scary parts. Maybe I'm just misremembering this, but I want to say that my logs actually went poorly during Calathon. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've reset over questionable logs once or twice in the, you know, thousands of times I've done this speedrun. Definitely expected a backflip there. That didn't really happen. That's okay. That was 4 buffers. It could have been 2 if I had used the touchscreen frame. But it's a first try flower side escape, and we take those every time. Doesn't matter how many buffers. The touchscreen frame. Or let me explain. So I have my bombs on X when I do Flower Side Escape. It's just how I like to have my bombs at the start of the next cycle. So there's only one frame where you can enter the bomb input and pull out a bomb. It's a single frame trick. That is an accurate statement. But it is also true that you have 2 frames to enter that input. And it's because the way the touchscreen works with this game. It actually takes 2 frames for a touchscreen input to be actually input. I guess there's like a pressing frame and then a release frame or something like that. No idea why it's that way. But it takes 2 frames for a touchscreen input to be read as an input. So in buffering the bomb pull for Flower Side Escape, if you are on the perfect frame, then you press the button. But if you're 1 frame early, or actually 2 frames early, sorry, it's 2 frames. If you're 2 frames early before the perfect frame, then if you press the touchscreen, you will pull out the bomb successfully. So, that's what we're talking about when we talk about the touchscreen frame, or if you've ever heard people say that you have 2 frames to pull out the bomb, it's actually the same frame. It's just the way the touchscreen input works. There's a delay that allows you to press it if you are buffered to an earlier frame. Utilizing it allows you to do less buffers. So that was 4 buffers for me to get to the perfect frame, but if I just do 2 buffers and then press the touchscreen button, then I would have pulled the bomb after only home buffering twice, which would have saved me time. The tricky thing is knowing, so there's a really good visual cue for the perfect frame on the fence method, which is why I do the fence method. It's because pulling out the bomb is very easy. There's a very, very strong visual cue and also an audio cue that works most of the time. I'd say the audio cue is like 70-30 on when you actually hear it or not. But that's part of the strength of the fence method, is that there's a really strong visual cue. There's not a really strong visual cue for the touchscreen frame, though. Oh, come on. So I kind of know where it is, but I'm wrong a lot of the time, and so that's why I don't go for it as often. That is not true for the falling method. So for the falling method, it also has a really strong visual cue. It's based off of the petals of the Deku Flower propellers. It has a strong visual cue. The tricky part about its visual cue is you have to know when you're low enough. And that's what I struggle with the falling method, is I don't know when I'm low enough. So I'll often be a full cycle ahead. So those Deku Flower petals, there's like I want to say a 4 frame cycle for their animation, and it loops every 4 frames. It might be more frames than that, but let's just suffice to say that the petal animation loops in a predictable way, so you'll always be able to be on the correct visual frame when you're low enough. I just don't know when I'm low enough with the falling method. But because it has a consistent animation, it's really easy to tell. If you know that you're low enough, it's really easy to tell when you're on the touchscreen frame versus or the perfect frame. Both of those are easy to tell, assuming you know when you're low enough. But the real strength of the falling method is actually that the angle is always perfect. You don't really have to set up the angle because you set it up before you leave the flower. That's like the real strength of the falling method. Which is why I have tried to learn it on several occasions, but it's so hard for me to tell when I'm low enough. And then you've wasted so much time falling that you don't really have enough time to set it up again. This was a pretty good first cycle. Like, the only reason it's not a sub 19 is because we've had a bunch of buffers. So, decent cycle. Oh, and also the messing up of the gainer at the very end. But luckily, my dorm room has a ceiling fan, so hopefully I'll cool down in here a little bit. Don't really need the fan on full blast, though. Oh, also I forgot to match B when I left Clocktown, so that's always a smart thing to do. There's another 3 seconds I could have saved at the start of this run. Alright, let's see if we remember how to do an 80% run. It's been a couple months since we've done one, so... I mean, first part's very similar. We need to get Bomb RNG, we need to go Goron Mask, and then we get the Pictograph Box and Sonata. But then we have to do the Path to Woodfall using Bomb Jumps. Which... Is this a 24-hour stream? No, I have to work tomorrow. After this run dies, this run, the run that actually got started, this stream is over. 24-hour stream. Good jokes. This stream has at max an hour. We're gonna cheer 10 bits. Don't bother. Cheer 69 bits instead. Trust me, it's a much better experience.
Thank you!
Yo, Fox. With the 6 viewer host. How's the MM3D Master Quest 100% routing going, my dude? A funny number, and it has a funny alert, Jamama, which is better. Fox, I was hoping to host you, but then my All Fairy Rewards run died. So people convinced me to do 80%, which is a horrible idea. But here I am. Still running 80% instead of ending stream like I wanted to. We're adult 1, so like halfway point. Probably a little bit beyond that, actually. You having fun routing it? or is everything being backwards throwing off? Nice bonk. Bad RNG train continues. What's tripping you up on Child 2? Just too many options on what you could do. Hard to tell which one's the best. That was actually pretty okay RNG. This is a bad angle though. Two bomb drops. I know. So exciting to get two, except it really doesn't matter. This is pretty much all the bombs I need for the rest of the run. I hate this angle. This angle is awful. Yeah, I can't even recoil flip. That was terrible movement. Rupees. Sure. We probably could have recoil flipped off that, but our ankle was also really messy there. We should lose quite a bit of time for this atrocious movement. Nice bonk there. I don't know why I'm grabbing Deku Nuts there. I don't think I'll be killing a Dolo. Deku Nuts. Yeah, we got the Fox Host while you were gone, Flex. I know Deku Nuts are fast. I'm still not good at it, Fox. I'm a sham. I should hand in my speedrunning badge. Should be good at the Deku Nut strap by now, but I'm not. Thanks for the good luck, Romai. I appreciate it. All the luck that I can get because my play is quite bad. Be losing too much time over PB here. But we could save a lot of time on this segment. A lot of time in the grand scheme of things of any percent. So obviously I'm 4 minutes slower than the world record, but what that means is catching like 3 earlier cycles. And in order to catch an earlier cycle on this first cycle, I need to just save like an extra 20 seconds or something like that. So like the amount of time save here looks minuscule, but I really need to catch all of this time save in a future run if I want to actually PB. Like I'm not going to lose any time here, but I should be gaining a lot of time, and I'm not. Going to Clocktown. Not Southern Swamp. Where the route divergence occurs. I don't know if I actually used to move my masks in any percent. There's a lot of mask switching that goes on in all masks, or not all masks, all fairy rewards. But there's not nearly as much mask switching that goes on in any percent. So I don't know if it's actually really necessary to do that. Menuing there. Kind of bummed I won't be going to Pirate's Fortress after this cutscene. Dungeon Pixie Squad is clearly the better category, but 80% runs are fast if you do them well. You think all masks is easier than Dungeon Pixie Squad? Okay. I mean, your Majora fight is marginally easier. The Majora fight with Great Fairy Sword is actually really easy. That is a fair point. You do not get to do Swamp Skulltula House in all fairy rewards. Masks is way easier. Interesting statement. All Masks has a lot more. There's probably less tech in All Masks. But there's a much stricter in-game time requirement for everything that you do. It's just any percent plus some side quests. That's also a true statement. But those side quests have to happen at just the right time. So I think that it's harder than Dungeon Pixie Squad because the in-game time. At least that was what I was struggling with when I was learning the route. But I am a big fan of precise Goron missiles, which there's a lot of in Dungeon Pixie Squad. So I might not be the best judge of which is harder. I do like being ahead after Zora Mask. This run is getting off on the right foot at least. I could be more ahead, and I wish I was, but being ahead after Zora Mask is still good. Yeah, I'd say that's probably pretty accurate too, Jemama. Like, it's a really tight window to get to a Pona song. Come on. I really need magic here. Nice, okay. Good shape. They were kind of sloppy, but that's okay. Well, that was an utterly failed attempt at mask storage, but life moves on. Fox is also a mod on MM3D. Fox is a mod on all sorts of speedrun.com for Zelda games. Oh, only for OT3D and MM3D? Thought that you were mods for other games as well. My bad. Why didn't we add it before? That's a good question. I feel like the category was not taken very seriously in the Majora's Mask community until recently. And probably the same goes for the MM3D community as well. Like, I'm not part of the MM3 or the Majora's Mask community, so I can't speak for them, but I definitely remember it being treated as sort of a meme category in the past in certain streams. Right, that's why I grabbed Deku Nuts, so I can totally deny that guy. Very important to the speedrun. luck with that one, Flex. I'm definitely a fan of that name too, but I know there are definitely people who aren't. There's no reason why it couldn't be. Alright, here's crunch time. This is the really important split. I'm much worse at that mask storage. Now that I have my Deku mask on a touchscreen button. So, I used to have my Goron mask on a touchscreen button in the days before Goron mask. Or not Goron mask, in the days before, what am I trying to say? Goron missile. In the days before Goron missile, I had my Goron mask on a touchscreen button. But it just makes so much more sense to have it on X or Y for setting up Goron missiles that I changed it, and now I'm bad at the mask storage after getting Sonata. That's also part of that muscle memory. Did I really not have enough distance? That's disappointing to say the least. Alright, Flex. Have a good night, my dude. Way too far away from the ledge, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think I was worried about angle there. But I should have slashed to the edge of the ledge. So we're making it in the temple before the day to night transition, so we're on pretty decent pace for this run so far. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with doing the bomb jump here, but I guess we're just gonna play it a little safe. Not sure about this setup. Worked anyway. Definitely gonna be a little behind at the fairy bow split, which is a bummer. We could actually be pretty far ahead at this point in the run if everything goes well. Oh, maybe not behind, but we won't be as far ahead as we could be. Alright, we're really far off to the right here. We need to bank hard left to make it into the loading zone. But we made it. Nice. Gonna default to the Zora fight because that's what I know. So, Zora fight it is. Got a pretty fast Zora fight there because we got a really friendly jump from Adola after the first cycle. You definitely catch an earlier cycle, even just being this far ahead. But we need to get the Kana early, and I haven't done it in months, so there's just really no telling how that's gonna go. Barely remember what the setup is, so this will probably be where the PB dies. Thanks for the good luck. Good night, Joash. Thanks for the host. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Yo, Butter's back with food. Speed gaming is going okay. It could be going better. I mean, this is probably the most green splits I've seen in any percent in a really long time, which is kind of weird, because it's also the first any percent run I've done in a really long time. But even when I was doing any percent runs kind of regularly, my splits were not this good. But that's all about to change, because we're about to do something hard. Nothing in the run up to this point has been that difficult. Minus the bomb jump that we got first try, even though I was really sketchy about that setup. I overcompensated, so normally my foot is lined up a little bit more with the edge of the block there, but it was a little bit to the left, so I looked a little bit further to the right than I normally did to compensate, and that worked. And that's just sort of like knowing pretty well what the knobs are that you can mess around with that setup. Basically what I'm saying is it comes from failing that setup a lot. I know, like, hey, I was looking too far to the right, or I was too far over to the left at the initial setup, and so I can kind of compensate for that when I see it, and make slight adjustments to try to get it right, even if the initial setup doesn't look quite right. Because going back and like resetting up would have taken a lot of time. And then the boss key skip is kind of difficult. I played it really, really safe by looking way over to the right and also Goron missling pretty hard, so I got a lot of height. I could have done that Goron missile very differently and had it gone very wrong, but I played it pretty safe there. It is weird walking into the fairy fountain and not getting a fairy reward. That's not enough speed. That might be enough speed. It was enough speed. Alright, speed gaming is officially going pretty well. We're on pace to catch one cycle earlier, I think, if we're perfect for the rest of this sequence. So there are still some things we can mess up, like we can mess up the bottle dupe. I've done that before. Like, let's not pretend that it's not possible. Just like mashed B after picking up the fairy and then swung my sword. This PvP's, will this be a 24-hour stream? No. Have to work tomorrow. This PvP's, I'm going to immediately cut stream. After the credits. I don't really remember equips here. But we got the bottle dupe. Alright, we might miss this 4th day cycle. Yeah, we missed the 4th day cycle, but we caught it in the 0th day cycle and we're in the 2nd day. Which direction is Akana? I think it's to the right. Yep. Listen, it's been a while since I've soared to Akana. We're gonna get stopped here. Oh, no, never mind. Normally I'd Goron missile across this gap. I don't think it's actually any faster, and I don't trust myself to do it first try right now, so... Does this wrong warp? Yeah, 2nd day wrong warps. The only day that doesn't wrong warp is 3rd day and 0th day, because 0th day crashes in the nighttime, so... That was kind of a high Goron missile, but not as high as I've been getting recently. Like, that was better than my average recently. Oh, this is so nice. I don't have to do the Goron missile to get to the Armos room to skip the block puzzle. This is great. I just get to do this. Just get pour water on a block instead. This is fun. This is where the big time losses start happening. My PB's Stone Tower Temple is immaculate, and I have never had a Stone Tower Temple go as well since, I don't think. So this is where like the minutes or two of time loss begins. Yep, that's a bad start. I'm not in 0th day, so I went into 0th day. And then after I was in 0th day, I entered the first and then the second day because time was moving kind of quickly. So the 0th day ends in grottos or dungeons. Unlike the 4th day. The 4th day is the only day that loops in grottos or dungeons. So if you catch in the 0th day, you still advance to future days. And if you advance to the 1st or 2nd day before you exit the grotto, you can still wrong warp. We want to be human. Really? Alright, we're gonna go the long way, I guess, because I can't flower slide. That's pretty disappointing. The rest of this temple was going kind of okay up until that point. Nice, that managed to not hit somehow. And neither did that. Cool. Wanna actually hit Goron Link? The fabled 5-cycle Garo Master fight. We're gonna be losing like a full minute here. My PB is just like impossible to keep up with in Stone Tower Temple. We can still PB, though. It is possible to PB. Equips are kind of weird right now. These equips work, though. Wow, I just did that with so much confidence. So much undeserved confidence. I did not expect that angle to actually work. I looked like I was facing way too far to the left, which is exactly what happens when you get caught in the room right after the room that you clip into. But that was actually really fast. Really confident setup for no apparent reason. Just sheer dumb luck, I guess. So that was really good. You can save a lot of time on this split, and we just have to have a good fight in order to do it now, because really fast Gorn missile into the fight. Of all my fights, this one has been pretty rusty because I practiced this one the least. Because it has not changed for me in a very long time. Because there's not really any strats you can use on this fight that we haven't discovered at this point. We know about knocking red down with light arrows, we know about standing in the center here to avoid shockwaves, we know about spinning, we know about all sorts of stuff. There's not a lot of new tech in this fight. Red's kind of aggressive, so let's just put him back down. We're gonna have to wait for blue to go around. Hopefully we don't get hit by red here. Red wasn't even coming for us. Not the fastest blue, because blue kind of was facing away from us after we knocked it down, but still, that was not a slow blue by any means. We're standing right where we need to be. Pretty much. Could be a little bit closer to the chest. Oh, there's no split for picking up the mask. But there is an opportunity to crash our game, so let's go for that. Perfect. I didn't actually go for it. I was tempted though. I haven't actually opened the mask menu before the cutscene in a while. I don't get the opportunity very often. Sometimes I really want to do it, but I just can't get the mask menu to open. Alright, he's going to be aggressive here, so I'm just going to grab a rock and end this phase quickly. When he spawns in the middle, he tends to run at you and be very hard to hit with punches. So I don't even bother going for it anymore. I try to wait to do the punching until he spawns to the outside. When he spawns to the outside, he moves a lot more slowly. It's a lot easier to punch. I think you can encourage him to spawn on the outside if you are on the inside. We're getting another inside spawn here though. So we're just gonna throw another rock. Alright, so this is kind of risky because we're in the second day here. So we gotta knock him down quickly here and move quickly to the wrong warp spot. Could have played it safe here, and I probably should have, to be honest. Alright, he's going to the outside, so we're gonna get a nice slow rise here. A lot easier to get punches off on. Why did I play Song of Double Time? So I want the day to end right after this fight is over. Hey, Sparks. How's it going? So I played Song of Double Time to get to the end of the fight. Or get to the end of the day at the end of the fight. I need a wrong warp right after this fight is over. Also pick up some magic here because I need it for the next fight. Come on. Okay, so I heard 2 bell tolls, but it might have been 3. We might have to warp to clock down here as a backup. We might have to go for a really risky and dumb Dawn missile here, which will probably result in the run ending. You also want to play Song of Double Time in the boss room because there's no cutscene that plays after you play Song of Double Time in a boss room. Like if you transition from day to night like I would have there. So that's another reason to play Song of Double Time before you finish killing the boss. I'm gonna do a quick equip here and go for a Goron missile. Hope that it works out. If I fail the Goron missile, hopefully we void out quickly enough so that I can sort of clock down and go into the mail office. I'm worried about how much time I left myself here is the reason why. Oh yeah, I'm really worried about it now. Oh, I'm not actually... Alright, we're just gonna soar to clock down. I forgot to equip the Goron mask. You can't really do Goron missile if you're not wearing Goron mask. Alright, this is gonna be really slow. We're gonna lose a lot of time here. If we even make it in time. I mean, we'll make it in time in order to, wrong warp, but, just barely there. Luckily we were on the right side of the arena. Makes the setup for the quick kill of this boss a lot easier. Oh, come on. Alright. Got him on the second hit. We also need light arrows here. That's not the Goron mask. There we go, that's the Goron mask. I mean, the nice thing is we don't have to worry about trying to do the Giant's cutscene skip. But we did lose a little bit of time here to the sloppy wrong warp. We'll skip the heart piece to save a teensy bit of time here. Hopefully that makes a difference. Not sure how much time I have to save to catch a faster wrong warp cycle for cycle 2. But I know we can save a minute in the Majora fight, so as long as we catch the same cycle for cycle 2, which I don't know why we wouldn't if we're, you know, a minute ahead almost, we can still PB on this run. We just have to have a good Majora fight. you know, that thing that I haven't practiced in months. So there is a cycle happening right now. Means we can't catch the next first or second day cycle. So we're just gonna mosey over to the grotto and keep all of our magic so that we have plenty of magic to do Fast Georg, and hopefully Fast Georg goes well. I don't know if I have time to mosey. Next cycle is actually coming kind of quickly. I'm trying to not use magic on this screen. I might use magic on this screen. Got a slow transition here. Because we had to go from day to night and then night to day. Yeah, but time was moving slowly. I was mashing Ocarina there like a madman because I just have lost too many runs to Moon Crash there. But it was not really anything I needed to worry about. Alright, interesting pattern there from Georg to start out, but managed it pretty well. Part of Fast Georg is actually just being really solid with tracking Georg down so he doesn't jump up. He's gonna go straight here. Alright, I'm gonna just try for Fast Georg anyway. I have a hunch that it's actually faster even if you have to wait for him to go back into the water there. Two hits is not great. But we were able to get 3 pretty easy hits there because we were really close. Really good at following him there. Come on. Alright, nice. Some good mine RNG there. Alright, we just need him to stay over there. Perfect. Or not. That works. This is a really fast Georg fight. And he's really close to the center here too, so we're gonna get even a short death animation. There's really no controlling that. But you take it when you can get it. I'm so close, I'm actually gonna grab the heart here because I skipped the heart for the goat fight, and I don't want to die in the Majora fight. Okay, so we can save a minute on this Majora split. I'm ahead of your PB. Don't start with that. Don't start with that, Jin. Yeah, so this should be a 10-minute segment. So you should be able to take your time and add 10 minutes to it, and that should be your ending time pretty much. My fastest Majora time is a 9:50. That was a godlike fight. I don't anticipate we'll have a fight that good. However, yeah, we should PB here, hopefully. We have a safety fairy and everything, so we just gotta focus and finish strong. Nice bonk. Oh, we went a little far here, but we should be able to make it back. Well, we made it back in bounds, but gotta set up for the Gorn missile again. Wow, we went way far again. I think we can make it into the loading zone with this one, though. Okay. I'm Gorn missiling a little bit too hard there. Like, you should just very softly Gorn missile, and then you just sort of clip into the loading zone. We get a really nice version of this cutscene, though, because it's day 2, so we get the cloudy sky version of this cutscene. I'm genuinely trying to think of what my equips need to be here. It's been a while since I've done this fight. I think I just need light arrows and stick here. We don't kill any of the remains, which is what you usually need normal hours or normal arrows for. So I think it's just light arrows, stick, Goron mask, Zora mask. And we're gonna need magic at the beginning of this fight, because we're gonna use a lot of it getting Goron spikes on the way. And we go no bomb here, and we do 2 light arrows first, and then light arrow and Zora jump attack, so that we start out the second phase as Zora. We try to get a cheeky stun at the start of the Zora fight, switch to Goron Link, and then do Goron ground pounds. Ooh, it's been a while since I've done Goron ground pounds, but we will just have to hope for the best. Then the end of the fight is the usual circus that is leaving the remains alive and trying to get them to hit Majora. But it's really the second phase of the fight that where things go wrong. It's all about the timing of ground pound weight punch, ground pound weight punch, ground pound weight punch, ground pound weight punch. It'd be nice if you could just like punch twice and then it would knock him down on the second punch, but the timing doesn't work out, unfortunately. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm worried about my arrow count here too. I'm trying to think. I mean, theoretically, it should only be 4 arrows. 5 arrows. I'm gonna get arrows at the start of the fight as well. 5 arrows out of 10 for a perfect fight is dumb. I'm gonna end up needing more. Thanks for Mama. Definitely need to calm down a little bit, so definitely use the encouraging words. Okay, grab some arrows. Grab some magic. Oh, don't forget to equip the stick. Don't give him the stick. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna not look at the timer. Oh, it's there too. Oh god, it's everywhere. Let's just move the timer to one place on my screen and then just not look at it. Oh, that's cute. I love it when the fins just sort of like get lost on the way to Majora. Thought they were gonna do it again there, but we got lucky. Alright, let's do it. Run into my shield, Majora. Nope, not this time. Alright, we're already losing time, but let's just finish this strong. Hard part's over. We managed to keep most of our health. We still have the fairy backup. It should hopefully be pretty quick textbook finish. Or textbook finish. Words are hard. Oh, come on. Well, we messed up that stick, unfortunately. Yo, Georg, you wanna help a bro out here? And we're done. Not second place. We lost a bunch of time in that fight. But we PP'd. It was long overdue. Long overdue PB. Thanks for the GGs. Thanks for the GG, Romai, Zelda Cubed. No, I'm not gonna do another run for Mama, I told you. Stream's over now. I beat Flex though. That is important. Flex has been ahead of me on the leaderboards for way too long. Bop Ben too? Yeah. About time for that too. Ben uses slow strats. I don't even think he does fast Georg in his PV. One, 2, 6, 5, 0. Man, it's almost a bomber's code. I want to have a bomber's code PB. 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. That's my new goal. Even though it's slower than the world record. What a freaking run. I should take 3 months break from any percent more often. I'm exhausted. The beginning of that run was trash. Woodfall kind of stunk. But we nailed the Fairy Fountain alt exit. And that really is what made this run possible. We nailed Fairy Fountain alt exit. We screwed up in Stone Tower Temple, but not so bad that we lost a cycle. We messed up the wrong warp. Yeah, about that. But not so badly that we missed another cycle. So, we can still push this PB lower. We can have second place in this game, in this category if we want it. Do I really want it? Alright. So, I made a goal for myself. A squad goal. Which was to complete 1 Dungeons Pixie Squad run per week. So far, we're at 0 for 1 on those runs because of the home buffer crash. But maybe I need to do another goal, which is 1 80% run per week as well. Just, you know, on the off chance that we have another run this good that doesn't choke on Majora quite so badly. And that Majora fight, like, it was bad. I mean, it was clearly bad. It was 11:24 Majora segment. But a lot of that time loss is actually to a really bad Goron missile. The fight itself, the second and third phases were bad, but they could have gone a lot worse. Like, I could have lost even more time. I was guaranteed to bop Flex, but I might have missed out bopping Ben on this run if that fight had gone a little bit worse. Either you PB and run or you eat a jar of peanut butter. Oh man. That's just not fair, because I would eat a jar of peanut butter, so I feel like that wouldn't be a strong enough incentive for me to PB. I mean, it depends on how large the jar of peanut butter is, to be honest. Woo! We PB'd! Oh, man. Oh, it feels good. It feels bad, but it feels good. Oh. No, it's per week, Zelda Cubed. I have the whole week to eat the jar of peanut butter, I think. Unless I have to speedrun the jar of peanut butter as well. This PB is like a year and a half in the making. Like March of 2018. I was grinding 80% runs to prepare for the SGDQ 2018 submissions, and I just hit a brick wall. Like, this was my PB from that period of time, and I lost a minute to the Majora fight. This Majora fight was actually somehow worse than my PB's Majora fight. Just don't even get me started. This is a great learning. This is a great learning moment for you guys. Always practice the hard boss fights, even if you're not playing your speed game regularly. Always practice the hard boss fights, because if you ever decide to just pick it up on a random day and you have a god run that makes it to the hard boss fight at the end, and then you lose a minute and a half, you're gonna feel really dumb for not practicing the hard boss fight. Like, doesn't take very long to load up a save right before the Majora fight and do the 3-minute long Majora fight. Anyway, enough ranting about my bad practice work ethic. But yeah, March of 2018, I was grinding 80% runs. Trying to bop Jim. And then he was like, we were pretty neck and neck for a while, and then he just like soared past me and got the run into SGDQ 2018. It was an awesome run, and I got to do commentary, and it was a great time. No regrets about that, but I still was hungry for the PB, because like it was in my grasp. Like, I lost a minute to the final fight. Like, how could I not PB like the next time I did a run? But I just never had a run that got there. And now I have this run, which was a cycle ahead. And I still lost a minute in the Majora fight, but yeah. Feels good. Feels really good. And then obviously, before Calathon, I was grinding 80% again, and not even coming close to a run like this. Maybe there was one time I came close to a run like this, and then I choked it in Stone Tower Temple. On the boss key skip in Stone Tower Temple. Actually, the reason why I PB'd right now, the real reason why I PB'd right now, is because of Dungeon Pixie Squad. Because you have to do that same Goron missile twice in Dungeon Pixie Squad, and it has improved my consistency with that Goron missile like tenfold. Because you just have to do it twice in a row, and you lose so much time if you mess it up, and I've practiced it so much when I've been practicing fairy routes for Dungeon Pixie Squad. So I actually owe this 80% PB to learning and practicing Dungeon Pixie Squad. Which I kind of knew would happen. I knew that like some of the skills would be transferable. obviously, like, I was sloppy with equips in this run. And I totally messed up the twin mold fight. So part of the reason why the wrong warp is so bad was because I play the twin mold fight. My logic behind the twin mold fight is sound. My logic being that if he comes up in the center, he's harder to punch, and so just don't waste your time. Throw a rock at him. Because even if you do get him with punches, it's going to take a long time. And because he's moving a lot faster, so you get less punches off per pass. And there's just a good chance that you're not going to be able to punch him down, and he's going to dive, and you're going to get an extra cycle. So, like, I like that strategy on Twin Mold. I was wrong when I said there was no new Twin Mold tech, because I noticed that about Twin Mold, the red phase, that he moves faster when he spawns in the center of the arena versus in the side. I noticed that, and I started changing the way I fought Twin Mold. However, when it comes to playing Song of Double Time for any percent, when you do the punches and when you throw the rocks, it's really, really important. And so I played Song of Double Time, and I realized that the punching phase is a lot slower than the rock phase, and so I needed to play Song of Double Time a lot later than I did. I mean, ideally, I probably needed to play it in the middle of the punches, like after I'd gotten 5 out of 10 punches in or something like that. I probably should have played Song of Double Time, which is dumb. It's a really dumb way to do the fight, but it's just so much easier that I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm just rambling now. I'm just rambling. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I expected this to happen a long time ago. I'm pretty sure in my submission on speedrun.com, I'm like, oh, this will never last. I'll PB in like no time. Which every time I say that, it's like always a huge PB drought. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy to have a PB on these splits that actually splits for Sonata, because I added that split in a long time ago, and I've never had a PB that actually has a Sonata time, because I haven't PB'd since adding that split in. So I finally have that. That's fun. Well, shout out to home buffer crashes, because if I hadn't home buffer crashed trying to do turtle cutscene skip tonight, I wouldn't have done this 80% run. I wouldn't have PB'd. So, although that Dungeon Pixie Squad run looked like it might have PB'd as well, so it looked like I was just destined to PB tonight one way or the other. I have my most practice with the last 2 dungeons of Dungeon Pixie Squad, so there was a really good chance that I PB'd. You should keep doing runs. I actually, there's only 37 minutes left in the day. There's not any MM3D runs that are 37 minutes long, so I can't actually PB anymore today. The magic is over. Individual levels, that's true. Actually, on that note, all of my individual levels use old strats and are slow. My individual level for Great Bay Temple, I'm pretty sure there's a faster boss key skip, and I'm pretty sure that, and I know that doesn't do fast Georg. So my Great Bay Temple individual level actually could be improved upon pretty easily. Like, it should be done in one try. Well, it should be done in my first try that gets a good boss key skip. So I don't actually know how to do the boss key skip. It's faster. But I'm pretty sure there's a Goron missile from the first room that you can do. Well, that's it. That's the run. It's over. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the hosts, Fox, Joash. There was another big host earlier that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry. Thank you for the host, everybody. Thanks for watching. Uh, I'm gonna see if anybody's live. I doubt anybody's live because it's DGen hours. Surprise, surprise! I find myself streaming at DGen hours. But yeah, no one's really streaming. But post flex, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next stream.